What's up, my savage gardeners? Welcome to my full outdoor carnivorous plant tour. I'm going to start off right here with that Sarracenia scarlet bell. Doesn't look that great, but to be honest, none of the plants do. Just because it's fall where I live, and they're all pretty much dormant now. So it doesn't really have that many great traps on it, but usually they get pretty colorful. See, this step stool. The reason why it's in so many of my videos is because of what's on top. Got the plants in the shed. Okay. Guess I'll start on this side. A bunch of Sarracenia seedlings. I guess they're not really seedlings anymore, but they are from Flytrap King, and I grew all these from seed. Most of them don't look that great because they weren't inside. So this is the first season that they're spending outside. So they were going dormant, and they're also adjusting to the outside weather. So none of these really look that great. And I also forgot to label them when I was repotting them, so I don't really know what any of these are. I can make an educated guess. Those ones back there are also from Flytrap King. Don't know what they are exactly. And there's a few ones that still look nice. I'll go ahead and dig through that clump back there and see if I can find anything good. This one, don't know what it is. It's got a few good traps though. This one right here is actually not from Flytrap King. I did not raise this one from seed, but it's a Rubra golfensis, I believe. And although the traps don't get very big, it gets a lot of them. There's lots of little traps. Dark, reddish, almost purple traps. And they look really nice. I'm not complaining. And also right here, it's a little bit of an old flower, but it produced 2 flowers at once on one stalk, so that's pretty interesting. This one, I don't know, again, but it's obviously got some kind of flava, red flava. And this one, I believe, I believe it was like Biggie Shorty or something like that, cross lunchbox. I don't know if it's exactly though. They all look pretty good. Look at that one. That's quite the fat rhizome right there. It's got a fatty, you know what I'm saying? Okay, I'm gonna go get the other plants now. Certainly still has some nice traps on it. It's obviously some kind of leucophila. Or leucophylla, however you pronounce it. Yes, I believe this one is probably the best. Nice large red splotch on the throat. It's also got purple lips. Or, I don't know, reddish. Right here is one of my favorites that I grew from seed. It has upright standing traps, but the openings of the traps is very large, and the lids point upwards and don't really cover the top of the trap. And they start off like this really nice green color, and they'll age almost completely into this dark red, which is really nice. Kind of reminds me of like another cross called is it like Deep Throat or like Potty Mouth? I don't remember. But yeah, a really nice plant. Right here really isn't all that magnificent, but it's definitely need to be repotted. I'm gonna start doing laps around the pot, and the pot actually bulges out on the sides because of rhizome. This plant right here is an unknown variety of Sarracenia. Yeah, super nice. Because this one, the throat, when the picture ages, it's almost like a black, deep red, almost black. And those two pots of a bunch of little Sarracenia are also unknown. I got them for like $1, only $1, so I'm not complaining. 2 full pots of little Sarracenia for $1. Just gotta have some patience. And then right here is the Venosa Burkii, cut from California Carnivores. Still looks good. Right there. Filiformis, Florida Giant. Unfortunately, it lost all its leaves above the soil, but we'll fill off the ladder. The Hibernacula still looks decent, so that's all good. Right there. Let's go to focus. It's a tiny little Dente. I've had it for almost a year, and it's basically put on no size. I don't know if it's just because it's not that hardy of a plant. It's also a slow grower. I mean, maybe I could have taken a slightly better care of them this year. But still, I would expect it to put on some size. Still really small. Next to it is a typical that for some reason halfway through the growing season decided to suddenly decline. I don't know why. I repotted it. Now it's doing slightly better. Still doesn't look great whatsoever, which is really weird considering I'm growing many plants in the same area, the same growing conditions, and they are doing great. Like this one, which is a Kronos. Super vigorous, hardy, large, deep red traps. Great plant. Next to it is a Phalanx. Hasn't grown that much, but it seems to be doing all right. And then this round right here is a DC XL, which is doing decent. In the same pot, there's also a tiny little DC XL. Don't know if you can see it. You can kind of see it. And I thought I lost it when I let the pots dry a little bit too much. But thank goodness it came back. This one, hidden behind all of the dead leaves, is a B52. And I haven't cleaned this up yet because I wanted to give an accurate description or an accurate showing of what dormancy is for me, at least. It's not because I'm lazy. Definitely not because I'm lazy. It's because I wanted to give you guys an accurate understanding of dormancy. I mean, it lost all its upper traps, which is what pretty much most fly traps do in the winter and fall. Right there is a maroon monster. Looks decent. And then I don't remember if I already showed off this pot, but this is a Purpurea venosa. I don't really know why, but it really hasn't gotten any big traps. It stayed kind of clumpy and produced these smaller traps. I mean, it's fine. It means it's still alive, but I don't really know why it's done that. Like, the pitchers really haven't matured that much. It's just kind of clumped and continued to produce small pitchers. Okay, and on to the tray in the back. There's a Banana that decided to piggyback, or however you call it, be a volunteer onto the spot. Also, this little pot down here is filled with spatulata from when I was growing these guys inside the Sarracenia. And they're doing surprisingly well, considering it's dropping down to just above freezing. They actually don't look that bad, considering. I wonder if they'll make it through the entire winter, though. Which they might, considering my winters are pretty mild. Doesn't usually snow. There's only light freezes. But anyway, this pot is a Sarracenia minor Okefenokionensis, or however you say it. Okefenoki. That's easier to say. Sarracenia minor Okefenoki, yes. Which looks decent. Has some good looking pictures on it. The thing is that this Saraceni minor and the one right next to it, this Judith Hindle, I actually got them the same size. And this Judith Hindle has like almost completely filled in that pot, or it's certainly done a good job at filling it in. I'm probably going to repot it this winter. Yeah, Judith Hindle is super vigorous. It always produces nice deep red traps. Don't get too tall, but that's alright. An alata, I believe, of some kind, decided to flower and set up a super short flower in like the middle of summer for some reason. Don't know why. It's a little bit special, I guess. Behind that is an alata flava. Which still has some decent traps. The reason I have the plants on top of the shed is because that's where they get the best light, since this tree shadows a lot of the yard. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as your mom enjoyed it when I will definitely post another video in spring when all these plants wake up and will look much better. Until then, see you, Savage Gardener.